Good afternoon to our Alpine family. So normally I get to say good morning to you, but today I had told you on Friday that I was going to be attending a meeting at the Regional Office of Education over in Loves Park, and I was able to do that this morning. And Sandra Martell, our local Winnebago County Health Department Administrator, was there with us. So I'll share a little bit of that this week as well. Let me go ahead and start us first with our devotion for today. Today's devotion is called Three Signs. When God chose Moses to lead the Israelites out of Egypt, Moses didn't think he was the right man for the job. He said to God, "What if the people don't believe me or listen to me? What if they say, 'The Lord did not appear to you'?" So God told Moses to throw his shepherd's staff on the ground. When the staff hit the ground, it became a snake. God told Moses to pick up the snake by its tail. When Moses picked up the snake, it became a staff again. Then God said to Moses, "Put your hand inside your coat." Moses obeyed. When he took his hand back out, it was white with leprosy. Moses put his hand back inside of his coat and took it out again, and his skin was healthy. "If the people don't believe you, after these two miracles," God said to Moses, "take some water from the Nile River and pour it on the ground. The water will become blood when it touches the ground." But Moses was afraid to go back to Egypt. So God said Moses could take his brother Aaron with him. God would tell them what to say, and together Moses and Aaron would speak to the Israelites. Many things can frighten us. Even grown-ups are afraid sometimes, but God gives us everything we need to be bold. God might use our friends and family to give us courage, and God himself will always be with us. We never need to be afraid. So just keep that in mind when you guys go about your day every day, and realize that every day God is there with us. Now, I don't know if I could have been like Moses. When he turned the staff into a snake, I would have ran away. I don't like snakes, and so I wouldn't want to be near that at all. But obviously, while he was talking with God, he had the courage to pick up the snake and it turned back into a staff or a walking stick. So that's pretty neat and good to know that God has provided us with the strength to be bold and to do things that we're not necessarily comfortable doing and where we might even be afraid. So kids, just make sure that you keep that in mind as you go about your day, and keep in mind the things that Moses did are bigger than what we have to deal with today, but there's certainly things that God is still there with us to help us work through and be able to be bold when we're afraid. So I'm glad I was able to share that with everybody today, and I also want to be able to tell you that I'm really excited to come back from the meeting that I had at the Winnebago and Boone County Regional Education Office. It was wonderful to have Dr. Sandra Martell there with us today. She shared a lot of great information about how we can make sure that when we come back to school in just about a month, to be incredibly safe as best as we can. Now keep in mind, we all know that we're still working within a COVID-19 pandemic, and we understand that. But we are learning ways to make sure that when students come back into our building and our staff joins us, that we're going to be able to be as safe as we possibly can. So we learned a lot today, and we really learned that there's some things that we're going to make just a few minor adjustments to the way that we go about our school day to make sure that we are safe and that our students can be able to learn in an effective manner. So some of the things that we learned about today and talked quite a bit about was about how do we use items in our classrooms. So just this weekend we sent home, and you should be getting in the next few days, a letter that we're sending home to explain a little bit about how we're preparing, but also we sent home your supply list. So on those supply lists is everything that students need in their classroom. They really need to make sure that they come with those things this year, because we can't have students sharing those materials. So things like pencils and crayons, where students would normally want to tell their neighbor, "Hey, I can just give you mine or give me yours," they won't be able to share those things. It's going to be a little bit of reverse to what we would normally do, because in our environment, we work to teach kids to share. We're certainly not going to be upset with them if they try to share with their friend, and we're not going to get upset as they make mistakes with masks or with social distancing. There's no reason that we would want to do that. We want to comfortably explain to the kids that we live in a time right now where we want to make sure that everything that we do is healthy and safe. So we're going to continue to work on those things. But those are important things that we learned today when I was at the meetings at the regional office. We also talked about different ways that we can engage with our schedule. So ways that we can make sure that classes are in the hallway at appropriate times and that those students aren't coming into contact with other students. So when your student is in first grade or second grade or third grade, that's going to be their group for the day. So they're going to be with that group the whole day. But that certainly means that that group is definitely going to be a little bit closer. And that's a great thing for the students and a great way for the kids to make better friends. So it is not as daunting as it sounds, and it certainly isn't as restrictive as it sounds. It's still going to allow us to properly teach students and make sure that they're learning all of the educational things that they would normally get as they come into class here at Alpine Academy. So I want to encourage you, if you still have questions, I prefer certainly if you email them to me. We're putting that up on the screen now. My email here, the easiest one to email me is info@alpineacademyofrockford.com. That's the best way to do it. So if you have questions, concerns, or anything that you have on your mind that you'd like to know if we can address, please let me know. I want to also make sure that you understand that as we start to do this, and it's in the letter that I'm sending you now, we've announced that we're going to have to make changes to our back to school night. We'll be announcing that within the next week or two, and we'll let you know when that's going to be and how that's going to work. But one of the key components of that is that next week we'll be meeting with our teachers, and I'm going to provide them with a packet of information that includes all of the detailed information that we've been working on to make sure that we have a safe environment for our students. On the night that we have back to school night, we'll also be sharing a packet with all of our parents so that you have all of that same information. We want to make sure that we're open and honest about how these things are going to work, and that we're open and honest about how our school and our school day is going to run. We really are excited. We do believe that Alpine is going to be a safe place for all of our students to be able to come, learn, and be social. That is very important, especially at this young elementary age. So again, if you have questions, concerns, comments, if you have registration, things that you want to go over, you can also call me at the number, again, we're putting that on the screen as well, at 815-227-8894. It's extension 101. And if you're watching this video at night, that's okay. If you watch the video at night and you need to call, please call that number, enter my extension, and I will do everything I can to help you, even in the evening. We're here to help. We want to make sure that we're all on the same page. We want to maintain communication with each other. We're really proud of what we've always been able to do here at Alpine and the family that we've built with all of you. So allow us to be a part of what we're doing together to make sure that your child receives the education they need. Last thing I want to make sure that I share with you is that while we are making sure that we maintain small class sizes, and I want to be clear and say that we've actually been working to keep those class sizes right around 15 students. So I want you to make sure that you also understand that that's a part of what we're doing as well to make sure that your child is safe. While that's true, we do have some openings in some of our classrooms. So if you have family, friends, neighbors, anybody who's a part of your area or your network, please feel free to refer them to us right here at Alpine Academy, and we'd love to have them join our family as well and feel safe in a small classroom environment. So again, encourage them to call me at 815-227-8894. Again, it's extension 101. Or they're welcome to email me at info@alpineacademyofrockford.com. Either of those options are absolutely fine. And then I can certainly work to help them and offer them an opportunity to come here and be a part of a tour. Our referral discount couldn't be better, and I'm really excited about bringing everybody back to school and making this a great environment for all of us to be. I look forward to talking to you again tomorrow and the rest of the week. Normally, I promise our online Facebook Live devotions and updates will be between 8:30 and 9:15 in the morning. A little bit of variance, but that's just because we want to make sure that we got the information ready when we present it. But check in with me in the mornings, and then I look forward to seeing you soon right here at the school. Have a great day, and God bless.